Christmas is almost here, and some may have been cutting it close in terms of getting their wish list to Santa, but it's all good as far as St. Nick is concerned. Number one, Cody versus Wheatland. This game being played in Douglas. First quarter, Wheatland wearing the white, already up 2-0. Austin Huffer will double the score with a turnaround jumper to help his team build a 4-zip lead in the early goings. Then their main scoring threat was making his presence known. Kendrick Jackson is a junior, and teams could see a lot of him as the season progresses. Now he has his Bulldogs ahead 6-0. Cody was a little slow getting out of the blocks, but they would eventually get going. Carter Myers squeezes his way through a pair of defenders and gets the bucket to get his team on the board, trailing 6-2. However, the opposition were the ones that were starting to show their teeth. Trace Douglas has a bone to pick, and he'll bury one from the corner for three. That would push the score up to 9-2. The Bronx did not stay down long. Brandon Hinsey's going to weave his way through the obstacle course, and he'll get a kiss off the glass for 2 of his 15 points. Now his team trails 9-6. Wheatland could do plays like that as well. Kyle Pollock will pull off a trick of his own and gets a treat in the form of 2 points to make this an 11-6 contest. Back came Cody. Jackson Bauer has a pair of threes on his jersey for one reason. Any guesses why? That long ball has his squad right back in this one, down 11-9 after the first 8 minutes. Second quarter, not a whole lot happening, but there were a few things. Jackson with the interception, and he's bringing this gift back for 2 of his 14 points as the Bulldogs would go ahead 13-9. The Bronx kept hanging around. Hinsey thought about 3, then decided to get a little closer and settle for a long 2 instead. It got the job done, and the score is tied at 13-all. Hinsey was finding a sweet spot on the floor, and it was paying off with points. This is roughly the same distance from the same angle. Not much else happened between this point and halftime. Both teams were even at 15 going into the locker room. Third quarter, Wheatland would make a move. Douglas poured in a dozen, and at least half of them came from behind the arc. That put his team ahead 20-15. Many teams know that the Bulldogs are very good at shooting the long ball. Braxton Fagenbush wants to fetch one of his own, and that's what good dogs do. The lead is up to 8 with the score at 23-15. But then Cody would take a page out of their opponent's playbook. Hinsey made the call from the near corner, and operator, we have a connection. The 3 has been returned, and his team is down 23-18. Although they were undefeated coming into this game, the problem the Bronx had was that each win resulted in one more player going onto the injured list, so they had to adjust. Schmidt did his part, although they still trailed 25-20. Meanwhile, the opposition could smell blood and wanted to sink their teeth into some more. Great moves by Jackson, and he quickly found the lane, drove through it, and got 2 more. Now the scoreboard reads 27-20. And if you thought that was good, check out this one. It was better. He's the alpha dog on the team, and now his Bulldogs lead 30-21. Cody had to start producing some offense soon, but Schmidt and Hinsey were the only ones that managed to score in double digits. The latter scored on this play, and he did what he could, but his team was on the losing side of a 32-23 score going into the final 8 minutes. Fourth quarter, Wheatland was going for the kill. Jackson with another move and another score. The lead is in double digits with the score at 34-23. Props to the Bronx, though. They did not quit, but things were working against them from the start. Schmidt would get the deficit down to 9 on this bucket, but the lack of depth due to injuries was beginning to catch up and overtake the team. On the other side, the Bulldogs were looking for respect in the polls. They already beat one number 1 ranked team in the form of Powell at the start of the season, and thanks to this 3 by Douglas, they would claim their second top-ranked victim in 3 weeks. Wheatland would get a big win going into the holiday break, 47-35.